This is Rod Kusin and Spooman for Risk on Monday, June 28th, 2011. All times on the chart are Central Standard Time. We are looking for the market to retrace back up to the high in sometime during the next 30 minutes. And if we can get the strategy to give us a long trade in here, we should be able to ride it up for a little profit. So we're looking for an opportunity to go in long and ride it up to at least the high of the day based upon pattern. So we'll observe and hopefully we'll get a long trade according to the strategy settings, although really at this point in time there's not too much of a downside risk because pattern is pretty clear that we should be hitting a new high for the day. Hopefully now she's going to come down just a little bit and we'll ride her right back up. We'll come back as soon as we have a trade. We have a lot of negative volume in here, which is going to make it difficult for the strategy to go along. So we may have to enter this long trade manually. We'll give it a little bit more time here. Now, one way to look at this, the strategy, as you see, is just taking a short trade. Be that as it may, the pattern is still long. The pattern is still long. So in the light of that, what we want to see is a bit more of a dip and an opportunity to get in on the long trade. So one way to do that, if you were to just take a long trade in here, look for some positive volume, of course, to get us into the trade. But take that long, use a little larger stop, especially when you've got this much negative volume, because probability is extremely high that we're going to see a new high for the day, better than 91.75. So if you were to get in at 89, well, you can do the math. Sure, there's a downside, but strong pattern makes for a very predictable profit. So let's see where the strategy gets us in. Now we have some positive volume beginning to enter into the market at this time. I've set up a limit order to fill at 89. And we'll see if she'll come back down that far. Good indication here that that will get filled. Look at where the stochastic on the VIX is. Stochastic on the VIX is very low right now. Normally the lows are going to take place when the VIX is closer to 90. So this should be able to pull back some. There we get our initial fill. I think we can even do better than that. Picked up a couple more. Volume is still pretty negative. You notice how the VIX right now is at 100 on the stochastic. It's usually a pretty good indication where we've gone as far as we're going to go. And now we see the market hopefully going to continue right on up. And we'll come back in a minute. Now I'm even going to add to this position should we come back down into our retracement lines. And hopefully we'll get a fill there too. Now we see the VIX is beginning to drop. Hopefully it will continue. Became ever so close to that retracement line. But this is the little move up that we were anticipating. 91.75 is nevertheless the goal. Now our strategy at the moment gave us some short signals. I'm just going to take that as a warning because the pattern is a very strong pattern here. And while it may come down a little bit, we just tighten our stop. We still anticipate, though, that the market will hit a new high for the day. Just in case, we're now at break even plus one tick. I'll give this adequate room, and hopefully she'll just turn right around and go right back up. Strong indication that that should occur. I think that was our last little dip there. Still looking for 92 as a high. Okay, looks like we're getting real close. Real close to that target. Okay, we're touching in on 75. And there we have it. 92 as expected. How? Based on pattern. Based on pattern. So our strategy gave us various long signals a little bit late here. But based on experience, we realized very strong probability of a new high for the day. So we went in manually and good success. We invite you to come to our website, RSKsys.com. Give us a call, ask for a demo. We'll show you some of the things that we do that help our traders to be more effective and aid you to see some of the things that we're doing with our automated strategy, our trend strategy for 9.0, TradeStation 9.0, some of the new features that we're exhibiting in it. So we'd be happy to hear from you and show you how we do things here at RSKsys International. This is Rod Kusin and Spooman for Risk.